Steve Smith. I'm Matt Weiner. We've got a couple of game winners late on Sunday, a couple of interesting blowouts, and both LA teams played. One very successfully.
Just one play.
And one arguably didn't really play at all. Kawhi Leonard not available for the Clippers on Sunday thanks to his teammate Serge Ibaka, who caught him in the face on Christmas Day in Denver. Of course, Kawhi required 8 stitches because of that mouth laceration and was unavailable on Sunday. He wasn't, as it turned out, the only no-show for the Clippers, who were taking on the Dallas Mavericks, at least in theory, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. They were on the floor with the Dallas Mavericks, but this got out of hand very, very quickly. Luka Doncic doing his thing and doing more of his thing and stepping back and doing his thing, and, well, you get the idea. It's 36-11 at that point, a 25-point lead. Clippers miserable, just miserable.
Yes, indeed. I mean, Matt, I've been around the game a long time, and I lost the game when I was with the Heat against Cleveland. I forgot we lost by. It was huge, but down 50?
Yeah. Turning it over, can't get stops, can't get Kawhi on the floor, and it's getting late in the half now. Doncic pulls up for the jumper. He had 24, 9 boards, 8 assists. Josh Richardson over to Trey Burke. And it's a 50-point halftime lead, Candace. That's an NBA record, 50.
And I think Smitty said it earlier, like, you got to have somebody that steps up in the locker room at some point at halftime. There's got to be a little fight, like cutting to the deficit of the season they came off of last year out of the bubble. This is not how they want to set the tone going in this year.
A 51-point margin when it's all said and done. Second most lopsided win in Dallas franchise history and the most lopsided loss in Clipper history. And we're talking about Clipper history. 73 points is their lowest total since November of 2016. Afterward, Paul George tried to explain what happened.
I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, we got our butts kicked today. But, you know, it's one game. I think we'll just take what we need to take away from today and go to the next one. We wasn't ready today. We wasn't prepared, not from the plan, but just from us being ready to go. And that's on me. And so, you know, we'll be ready for the next game. You know, it's one game. It's not like we lose or we get 3 L's losing by 50 points. One game.
You know, Paul George went on to say that the situation was tough because they had Christmas on the road and they celebrated at home on Saturday, and so they were, in his words, sluggish. Maybe that's the case, Smitty. Is this an example of maybe being a little too honest with the media?
I mean, I think, Matt, it's a combination of the way they ended in the bubble. They had these 3-1 game leads in 2 series in the bubble, a collapse in the last one in Game 7. Paul George, you don't play well. It happens, but you can't have this type of press conference when I hear it's not that big of a deal. It's just one game. It is, but it also is one of those games where there's a lot of chatter going on, and what is wrong? You didn't see effort. That's all you want to see, energy. You want to see effort. And this one has to hurt. As a pro athlete, Candace, as a competitor, playing 21 in the backyard, I'd have to pick up a garbage can or something. Something would have happened down 50 at halftime.
Well, and Candace, to Smitty's point, this was a team accused of quitting in Game 7 last season against Denver. There are all sorts of chemistry issues that have been written about in the offseason. What has to happen to get the Clippers back on the same page and on track again?
Well, I'm one to believe you're right. There are a lot of games in this season, but it's the way in which you lose and the way in which you take the floor. And this past offseason, the Clippers made clear that they are trying to be a contender. And we understand they started off the season very well playing the Lakers. They match up well against the Lakers. But guess what, Clippers? You got to get to the Lakers. And by doing that, you have to play teams like the Mavericks. You have to play teams like Utah and those type of teams, Denver. And one game, yeah, when you're up 3-1 in a series, one game isn't really going to affect you, but they blew a 3-1 lead, and that's going to be lingering over them until they do something about it. And so I think it's more so troublesome, the mentality that they're taking.
Per game, their bench alone was plus 32 through 2. Third stop of their season, Charlotte to take on the so far winless Hornets. Kyrie Irving.
Wow.
Fancy. Oh, he goes back. You didn't see that coming, did you?
Did you see that?
Went back to the left
His
hand.
layup package is unreal.
There's a lot there. He had 25.
That's just unreal.
Kevin Durant, also pretty unreal. He had 29. LaMelo Ball knocks down the open 3. Sight for sore eyes. Game tied at 35. Transition now, Terry Rozier. Oh, yeah. Punch that home.
Way to go get up, young fella.
He had 19. 2-point game at the half, third quarter.
Good pass.
Rozier again.
Wait a minute. Terry Rozier dunked
Over
on
Kevin Durant. You know what that is? That's big game hunting.
Yes.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
gotta give it to KD. He wasn't too prideful to jump. He's establishing he wants to play a little defense this year.
Kyrie Irving knocks down the 3. Charlotte's lead down to 5. Gordon Hayward.
Oh, that's good basketball.
Big game for him. He had 28. Nets, you knew it was coming, and here comes Kyrie. Suddenly it's a one-possession game, but the Hornets
Oh, I
trying to
love
finish
this.
things off.
They
Good ball
are
movement.
sharing it, man.
Devontae Graham, biggest shot of the day.
Watch this. Biombo, that's a great contest with his left hand.
Bismack Biyombo, excellent contest. He had a big block down the stretch as well. Charlotte scratches with a 106-104 win. They dominated inside. Plus 6 on the boards, plus 38 in the paint. Steve Nash suffers his first head coaching loss and said afterward his guys better get used to the targets on their backs.
I don't think we had a sense of urgency. I thought we were a little passive. I don't want to say we didn't play hard, but it didn't feel like, we put the emphasis on each possession that was necessary. And, we talked about it before the game. Teams are going to give us their best shot. We're going to have a target on our back, and we got to rise to the occasion. On nights when, you think you maybe are a better team, we're going to get a team that's much better than they are the previous night because they see the numbers, the names on the back of the jersey, and they're going to rise to the occasion.
Well, that's an interesting point because the Nets with Kevin Durant now healthy, Kyrie Irving playing on a regular basis are instant contenders. What about that, Smitty?
Well, I think for the Brooklyn Nets I think offensively this team, they can score in so many ways. And two of the best one-on-one players I've ever seen, and also a catch-and-shoot guy in Kevin Durant. Doesn't need a lot of dribbles. And you got Karis LeVert, you got Spencer Dinwiddie. You have so many guys, Joe Harris. I just want to see them get some points in the paint, some easy buckets, find a way to get Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan combined to have like 20 to 25 points. But Steve Nash said it best. You're going to get to everybody's best, and I think that's what they're going to have to fight against. But they haven't been together long enough. This is one of those losses that you don't sound the alarm. They will, I think, rebound from this.
Eyebrows were raised because of the numbers involved in the Gordon Hayward sign and trade deal to the Hornets. But people forget he was a Western Conference All-Star before he went to Boston, and he showed you a little what he's capable of in this game, Candace.
And I especially have a soft spot in my heart for guys that are coming off injuries. This is his third year of being healthy, and we truly have seen that Charlotte has done a good job of putting him in positions. Here he gets the switch on Kyrie Irving. Well, they say in the league, Smitty, he's too little. And then again, right here, coming off, they're using him to space. Nice drive. He's able to finish, get to the hoop. A lot of this is just being comfortable within flow, not knowing how to defer last year to guys like Jason Tatum, knocking down the 3-ball. We've seen him do that a lot of times. And, it is about rhythm. It is about flow. He hadn't been able to get into that 2 healthy seasons, but not completely healthy, to be able to get back, again, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He can distribute, he can play make, and you're seeing that because the Charlotte team needs him to step up. He has experience in the playoffs, and he's a veteran guy. And it seems like Charlotte's utilizing his skills.
Has struggled to stay on the floor. He hasn't forgotten how to play basketball at a high level, and we saw that in this win. All right, 76ers minus Joel Embiid against Andre Drummond, which means no real estate occupied in Drummond's head, right, by Embiid. That was the line?
Yeah, that's what Embiid was telling me. What he said, I have rent in your head or something like that.
He owns a lot of real estate in Drummond's head, I think is the line. Game. Drummond with 24 and 14 boards. They led by as many as 32, and they're 3-0 for the first time since the LeBron days. Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks playing the big room in New York City. Chris Middleton pushing. Giannis 27, 13 boards, 5 assists.
He's had some pretty iconic dunks in Madison Square Garden, I must say.
But this was the Knicks game. R.J. Barrett coming off a miserable performance on Saturday. 2 of 16, I think he was. Bounces back, knocks down the 3 there. How about Julius Randle?
He has played well.
Active.
There's, I think that's Elfrid Payton.
Elfrid Payton for the putback. And then Alec Burks.
He's played well.
Yep. 16-point halftime lead for the Knicks. Payton with 27 candles.
Whoa.
My goodness. Okay.
And Randle, 29, 14 boards, and 7 assists for Julius Randle.
Smitty, it's a problem if he gets the right hand. Seems like he's going right a lot more this year.
It's a 20-point blowout by the Knicks over the Bucks at MSG. Tuesday night on TNT, another doubleheader, starting with Giannis and the Bucks trying to bounce back as they take on the Eastern Conference champion Miami Heat, who made such quick work of them last year in the bubble. Then it's the Pelicans and the Suns. Coverage starts with Game Time at 6:30 Eastern Time right here on NBA TV. Still ahead on Game Time. Not Zion's best offensive night, so a good night for the Pels to work on. Limited for Zion. Taking on DeMar DeRozan and the Spurs on Sunday. Pick it up in the second half. Zion did not have a great shooting night in this game. He would impact things. Lonzo Ball, impactful. Zion, cherry picking?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Ooh. He takes up a lot of real estate.
Takes a lot of real estate, takes a lot of bumps, and does not move.
Nope.
And Brandon Ingram knocking down the 3. Fourth quarter. DeJounte Murray.
It's a nice move.
Spurs on a 19-3 run now. Rudy Gay gets the layup. He had 22 to lead San Antonio.
Big boy, Brandon Ingram. Look at him.
Ingram with 28. Spurs with a chance to tie it. Eric Bledsoe blocks DeMar DeRozan.
Nice play defensively. Like I said, Pelicans doing a great job on the defensive end. We knew they would with Stan Van Gundy bringing that mentality there.
Both teams 2-1. Celtics and the Pacers. Domantas Sabonis, fresh from a triple-double against the Bulls. Jason Tatum.
He's so good.
Look at the handle.
So smooth.
In transition, Tatum to Jaylen Brown for the dunk. Brown had 18. Boston up 6 at the half. Third quarter, Miles Turner.
Okay, Miles.
In transition now, we're running. Malcolm Brogdon bounced past Aaron Holiday, and he'll finish. Doug McDermott. Dougie assist to Malcolm Brogdon.
Dougie assists.
It's hard to say. Indiana up by 11. Tatum posts up, finishes with the reverse. Boston within 4.
Okay. No, he didn't.
Yes,
did you
he
see
did.
that, Candace?
Sabonis. And then it's Brogdon with 3 of his 25 on the night. Indy up by 3. Tatum spins, fires, hits. Game tied at 103 at 25. Off the Pacers turnover now.
Yeah, might not want to go to that spot on the quarter.
Marcus Smart in for the layup. Boston up 107-106.
Okay,
Sabonis. Foul there too.
Put that shoulder right in his sternum.
There was a foul there.
Smitty.
And one.
I swear, this is the play that everybody gets fooled on. The fake handoff straight to the rim towards the end of the game.
Sabonis 19, 10, and 5. Tatum couldn't hit the 3 at the buzzer. Indy hangs on 108-107. They are 3-0 for the first time in 7 seasons. Magic and the Wizards. Denny Avdia to a cutting Robin Lopez, and look at that. What was that?
I don't know what that was. He knocked it down. Okay, Robin Lopez.
Terrence Ross with a more traditional shot. He had 19. Markelle Fultz off the screen. Floater off the glass goes.
Get over here.
You want more of that? You got more of that.
Man, Bradley Beal. Evan Fournier dancing.
Beal at 29. No Russell Westbrook in this game, resting. Nikola Vucevic. After Fultz goes to work.
I'm so happy for Fultz, Candace, and Matt Wine. I love the kid getting a chance to play basketball and free.
Fultz had 26. Raul Neto had 22 starting for Westbrook. Washington up by 3, but late it's Vucevic, 15 and 8 for him. The Magic are 3-0 for the first time in 11 seasons now. More highlights coming up. Second time around for the Suns and the Kings. See what Devin Booker did to change the result on Sunday. Plus, the Warriors finally get on the board in a big way against the Bulls, and thanks to an unlikely hero. Suns and the Kings, second time around, back-to-back nights for these two. De'Aaron Fox with a fake, takes the contact, gets the floater as well. That's talent.
Ooh, that's a tough shot right there by Devin Booker.
Phoenix up 3 at the break. Third quarter, off the inbound, De'Aaron Fox to Buddy Hield, who'll knock down a 3. He's been known to do that. He had 17. Sacramento won game 1 on Saturday. The Suns take over on Sunday. Cameron Johnson for 3. He had 21. Booker goes for 25 boards, 5 assists. Frank Kaminsky to Mikal Bridges, who had a big night. And then CP to Cam for the layup. Kaminsky setting up Bridges. He led the Suns with 22. Phoenix splits that back-to-back with a 116-100 win. Drama in Chicago. Warriors still looking for their first win. Steph Curry drives and won. He had 36, his first 30-point game since Game 5 of the 19 finals. Chicago's lead is 2. Golden State misses. Kevon Looney tips it in, and we are tied at 126. Not done yet. Here come the Bulls. Zach LaVine. He had 33 on the night and potentially a game winner there. It's 128-126 Chicago, but inbound play. Damian Lee. Buzzer and bull beater. Warriors scratch with their first win of the young season, 129-128. And somewhere, Klay Thompson is loving it.